going, fellow traders? It's Magic Trader here, and this is the CFTC report for the data that was collected on September 10, 2019. Now, these are the positions held by the institutions as of that date, and now let's get into a little bit more detail, and we'll start by taking a look at gold. So what do we see here? We see prices dropping from supply. Are we surprised to see that? No, we are not. Why is that? Well, because when you take a look at positions, we knew that they were heavily aggressive with their longs. And as I mentioned, over the last couple weeks, we should expect them to start taking profits. And lo and behold, what do we have here? Take a look. Taking profits on long positions from 365,000 to 334,000. They are focusing on longs, not on shorts, because you can see shorts are not moving. So that is what's fueling this drop. And this is exactly what we were expecting. Price to hit supply and then react to the downside from profit taking on longs. So there we go. We are still expecting price to continue dropping. So everything is looking as it should for the time being. Now we have oil. What do we see with oil? Well, interesting. September 10, we look at the data and there was a big increase in long positions from 508 to 527 and then a big decrease in shorts. That came as price was just consolidating here. Okay, so big increase in longs, big decrease in shorts, and what do we have over the weekend? Some massive news that's getting everybody to buy. And so price gapped up and it's heading right towards this supply zone right here. Coincidence? I think not. So we'll see what happens when price hits that supply zone. What typically happens when price hits supply zone is this. Supply zones is that. Okay? So if you lure a bunch of people to buy and then it hits supply, guess what happens to all those people that were buying? They end up losing. So be interesting to see how they play this one out. But from my experience, what typically happens is they bait them in and then they take it to the downside with their supply. Alright, so let's take a look at the next one. We have the US dollar. The US dollar is reacting from some supply as well. Longs were closed off as profits are taken, and they also closed off some shorts. This caused the long exposure to jump up a bit, up to 74%. So what's taking place now? Well, we know that weekly supply has been hit, and we know that it's located inside a monthly area of supply, so we could see some more downside momentum build here. Alright, how far down? That's the question. We don't know how far down. It could come down to this area here, the trend line, and then reverse back up, or it could just stall here and continue higher until it actually tests the monthly area of supply. But what we're seeing here is they're more bullish than anything else, so we got to stick with what we see. Positions aren't aggressive on either side or very aggressive on either side, so there's still room for them to continue adding. Alright, now we head over to the Aussie and we see that the Aussie rallied up, and as that took place they increased longs from 34,000 to 36,000 and they closed off some shorts, reducing them from 93 to 90,000. So again, we're still aggressive with with the short positions. They were very aggressive. They took profits, which fueled this push to the upside. They are still bearish with their bias, and there is still room for shorts to be added. So we'll see how that one plays out as well. We're already positioned in that one, and everything is looking good so far. US CAD, as price was reacting downward from the weekly area of supply that we had mapped, what happened? They increased shorts from 48 to 54,000. Big increase in shorts, causing price to drop from the supply zone. So everything makes complete sense. The bias, a little bit bearish, but a little bit more in the neutral territory as well. So nothing solid just yet. And now we go over to the US Swiss franc. What do we see? Price was consolidating at the descending weekly trend line. As that was taking place, they closed off some longs and pretty much left shorts alone. Slightly bearish in tone, but nothing aggressive. So we're waiting to see if they break price up to the upside or to the downside. Now we have the Euro US dollar. We see price was consolidating right at demand, and they closed off some longs from 186,000 to 180, and they also closed off some shorts. So all they're doing is reducing their overall exposure, which reached all-time highs of 421,000. So they were very overexposed. They closed off their positions. Neutral is the bias, so we're not seeing much of anything here. Yes, we see at the end of the day net positions is minus 49, and the average was minus 43, so they're above average right now, geared to the short side. Now we go over to the pound US dollar. What do we see? Price was consolidating and moving up, and we see that they increased shorts from 123 to 130. So profit taking since 147 down here, and it caused price to move up, and now 130. The short average is 149. We are below because of profit taking, but now we're inside of supply. So we'll see what takes place in the coming weeks. Net positions have been increasing if you take a look here. Minus 84 to minus 92. So important to point that out. US dollar, Japanese yen. What do we see? Price was consolidating before the move up into this supply zone, and we see shorts are aggressive, slightly declined here, and big decline in longs from 29,000 to 23,000. Bottom line is net positions going from bullish to bearish, and now we are in supply. Okay, last but not least, we got the Kiwi dollar. Kiwi was very aggressive shorts, so they started taking profits. Let me see, 47 to 51. Actually, they've been increasing shorts with this rally up. This is a demand imbalance, not a demand zone, and an increase in longs from down in this area. So price is reacting from some demand. We have the descending trend line here, so the monthly trend is down. We got the weekly trend is down, and we are expecting more downside to come. The thing here is that they're very aggressive with short positions, so they have to take profits. They took profits here, which caused this rally, and now they're even more aggressive, which could spark a move even higher. But eventually we know that price will end up going lower. Alright, ladies and gents, that's your CFTC report for September 10, 2019. If you have any questions, you can reach me at www.whiteoakfx.com. All my information is there, and you can send me a message also on Twitter as well. Alright, thanks, and have yourself a good week.